Fort Smith Mayor George McGill says the state of the city is strong. The mayor spent part of the evening outlining some of the accomplishments from last year in his annual State of the City address. 5 News reporter Parker Abels walks through what he said.
Monday evening, Mayor McGill talked about the progress the city has made over the last year. One thing he says he's really proud of is the growth of not only the city, but the entire metro, which now stands at 232,000 people.
So basically what that means is more people came than left. So we had an increased population in the metro area, which is good.
And while the city continues to grow, the crime rate continues to drop to the tune of 40% in the last 4 years.
These things don't happen by accident. It happens through the hard work and dedication of people in our police department and all of you. You're patrolling your own neighborhoods. You're talking to your children. And it makes a difference in the relationships that our police department have built in our neighborhoods.
He also mentioned there were 0 murders in 2024. He did talk about the looming consent decree. It's the federal government forcing the city to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on sewer system improvements.
I applaud those who work day in and day out to try to come closer together on creating a positive solution for us as we press forward.
He says once it's done, the city will be better off.
At the end of the day, when we complete that work, we will have a modernized infrastructure on our sewer and our water.
And of course, you can't have a state of the city without talking about healthcare.
Healthcare is a fundamental part of any thriving community, and we're proud to see the expansion of Mercy Hospital nearing its completion. Almost a $200 million investment in this community. They could have gone anywhere else, but they chose to expand and build out right here in Fort Smith.
In Fort Smith, covering news where you live, Parker Abels, 5 News.
Mayor also talked about a new Walmart supply company that's taking over the old train building out on South Zero Street, bringing with it a couple of hundred new jobs. Arkansas's governor unveiling a new immigration enforcement plan today in the state capitol. It's called the Defense Against Criminal Illegals Act. If it becomes law, it'll increase penalties for criminal immigrants and include incorporated areas in the state to be included in Arkansas's sanctuary city ban.
In January, state troopers arrested an illegal who was on the run after striking a law enforcement officer. We arrested a gang member from El Salvador last November. And most tragic of all, this past September, Little Rock nurse Jennifer Ann Morton was on her way to work when she was killed by an illegal immigrant who was deported during the first Trump term and later came back and was driving drunk. These crimes didn't have to happen.
Benton County Senator Bart Hester is one of the bill's sponsors. Legislation, of course, still needs to be passed in both the House and the Senate. Man accused of shooting and injuring a law enforcement officer in Webbers Falls, Oklahoma over the weekend is now in custody. State Highway Patrol issued a blue alert yesterday evening for Billy Wayne Williams. He was arrested more than 700 miles away in New Mexico. Grants Police Department there says they found Williams's vehicle in a parking lot. They say police tried to contact him, but he shot himself. He remains hospitalized in critical but stable condition tonight. At least 42 people killed in 8 states during a severe weather outbreak that spawned several tornadoes over the weekend. Mississippi's governor toured damage left behind by a string of 3 separate tornadoes that's left more than 200 people homeless. In total, there were 46 tornadoes on Friday, another 41 on Saturday. In northeast Arkansas, the tornado outbreak being blamed for 3 deaths. National Weather Service confirming 2 EF4s in the area. Over the weekend, the governor declared a state of emergency to assist with recovery. Reporter Maya Ellison spent time today in the hard-hit town of Cave City. She shows us how they're doing, recovering with the help of neighboring towns.
Southwest of here, the path is right here. You can see where the blue tarp is. That's the path of the tornado.
Independence County Judge Kevin Jeffrey says Friday night's tornado began in Bethesda and made its way to Cushman. 3 people lost their lives when the tornado tore through the rural town. Here on Claxton Loop, National Guardsmen are blocking the road, but the destruction is visible. Homeowners along Highway 69 now dealing with the aftermath caused by the EF3 tornado.
In one case, a man was in bed and his house disappeared and he was still laying in the bed.
This is what's left of that man's home. Remnants of the tornado's path can be seen here in Sandtown, and other neighboring communities are cleaning up as well.
Our community is still trying to get a grasp on everything that has happened. They're still trying to go through what they have and what they've lost.
Despite the devastation left behind by the life-changing storms, people living in the area are sticking together.
You can go to any one of our affected areas and walk onto that land, and I guarantee you they've got a neighbor from another area that has come over to check on them to make sure that they have their needs met.
Like here in Cave City, as you see behind me, neighbor helping neighbor. As every helping hand has come out to assist in this recovery process, that also means Cave City is doing all they can to help others as well.
Cave City is a sister city. Independence County and Sharp County.
As the largest municipal area impacted, Cave City also serves as the hub for resources.
Cave City has been a major asset to us as they have received just an overwhelming response.
Donations fill the inside of Cave City Middle School as volunteers organize piles of food and clothing. An American Red Cross of Greater Arkansas has turned Cave City First Assembly Church into a place where people can go for help.
We will take them in, we'll do an intake, we'll see what resources they may need, we'll get them settled.
While the road to recovery will be long, every helping hand makes it a little bit easier.
But as time goes on, we will still pull together for anything that each community affected will be needing.
That was Maya Ellison reporting. Meanwhile, a group of local volunteers with sheepdog impact assistance headed out from Rogers today to help with tornado recovery efforts in southern Missouri. Volunteers will be on a 5-day mission helping clearing debris up in Rolla, Missouri. National Weather Service says the tornado left behind a trail of destruction across the town last Friday, spanned nearly 9 miles. In total, the tornado outbreak caused 12 deaths in Missouri. Severe weather outbreak also being blamed for wildfires in Oklahoma. Those in and around the Stillwater area say more than 400 homes were severely damaged or destroyed last week. Governor Kevin Stitt confirmed over the weekend a ranch he owns is among the property that was lost to the fires. Officials are warning that high winds expected this week will once again raise the risk of severe wildfires in the state. Over the past few days, Oklahoma communities have been coming together to help families displaced by those wildfires. Reporter Eden Jones stopped by one church near Tulsa today where members came together to give wildfire victims one less thing to worry about.
They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
That's looking good.
It fuels us for the day ahead. And for many in the town of Manford, there's a long road ahead.
That will help them get through at least some of the tragedy that they have been going through.
Members of First Baptist Church of Manford spent their Sunday morning in the kitchen, cracking eggs and flipping pancakes, while rubble and smoke linger from Friday's wildfires.
A lot of the comfort comes from all this around here.
James Kusler was thrown into cooking duty.
I just walked in and they said, here,
with little notice.
do the eggs.
But he says he's grateful to lend a hand.
I guess it's really a blessing just to be able to come in and do help, you know?
Because this church understands how important help is after a tragedy like this.
Just trying to be an outreach and help people. It's been a tough weekend here in Manford.
Vernon Butts says providing people a warm meal gives them one less thing to worry about.
We do these things for the community. Sometimes it's not tragedy too, but today it seems special.
And while the church can't bring back what's lost, it can give people hope for a better tomorrow.
Those things are temporary, but God's eternal, and Jesus is eternal. And as bad as it looks today, He's still got His arms around us.
That was Eden Jones reporting. Now closer to home, the Rogers Public Library still working to repair damage from last May's tornado outbreak. Left behind significant damage to the building, and only one small area of the library has been open to the public. City says right now they're waiting to get pre-approval from FEMA, which is crucial to making sure the city can afford the costs.
Obviously, we want to expedite this thing as much as possible, but we want to see it built back as well as possible. So we do continue to ask for patience from the residents of Rogers and those who have been using the library.
Now, you still can check out books and other resources from the library, and there's still one community room available for activities.